Hello and welcome to the St Kilda and Bayside report for April 2021. I'm Gary Peer.
It is April, Gary. I'm Jeremy Roses and I am very happy to be here with you, Gary.
Well, I'm sure you are. I mean, things are a lot different. Think about this time last year. COVID just happened and things were just getting a bit creepy and we didn't know about this thing that was coming in from overseas. We heard about Italy and, you know, it was all this mystique and
scary times,
scary stuff.
It was the unknown that was the scariest.
But hasn't Australia banded together and done well? I mean, we're very lucky we are an island, but
I've got to tell you, Gary, it's not looking great over up in the sunny Gold Coast.
Well, not the Gold Coast, Brisbane. There's a few little scares, but overall we've done very well. I mean, take us compared to Brazil or Mexico or United States or some of those other, you know,
we're a very compliant bunch, though, Gary. That's
we're a compliant bunch, and we're an island, and we're very disciplined, I think, and we behave ourselves. We follow the rules. We like our rules in Australia, don't we?
We do. We like lining up. We like rules. We like to be told, and then we follow.
We do that. Jeremy Roses, what the hell's going on in the real estate market? Things are pumping, things are happening. Who knows what properties are worth anymore? We're supposed to be experts, but somehow I think we know nothing, except how to sell houses well.
We do know how to do that, Gary. We do know. Yes, it's an awesome market, Gary.
Yeah.
There's depth of bidding, there's depth of interest, there's people coming out, they're coming, lining up at the door for inspections.
They are.
Forming
orderly queues.
It's a good time to be a seller, and it's actually also a good time to be a buyer, Gary.
Yeah.
Money's cheap at the moment.
It is. It's one of those rare times where everything's in alignment. The moon, the stars.
Well, not the rental market, Gary.
The rental market's not quite in alignment. It's certainly come back. It's a bit of a tenant's market now. If you're looking to rent, you can go out and get a good deal. And there are some properties that have been vacant for a lot longer than desirable. But our rental team is working around the clock,
Gary. Overtime,
and overtime. Put some extra resources on there in our leasing area to get things let. But that will find its way. It'll be okay.
It'll plateau, Gary. Find its level.
Yes, and you know, there's reasons for it. A lot of people, without the tourism that we've had, and without the with the COVID having happened, a lot of the hospitality industry is
this isn't a Sky News segment, Gary. You're dribbling on.
No, well,
with the COVID and the tourism and this and the, you know. I'll tell you what, Gary.
And
people have tuned in not to listen to us waffle on.
No,
what they've tuned into is to find out what's for sale, what's been selling, why is it selling like that.
It brought me back on track, and I appreciate it.
They're also, and I wonder whether anyone has noticed. Probably the only person. There's only two people that will notice what I'm about to say. One of them's Philip, and the other one is me.
Yep, it's something about dress or.
You've got your button done up there, Gary, and I know this one here.
Yeah. Go on.
You've done it up so that you're not looking like one of those sloppy agents with your shirt open and you.
I like that. I actually feel much better when I let it all hang out, and
that might be
not
good for
in a
you,
disgusting
Gary,
way, but in a.
The people run for the hills when you let it all hang out, Gary. It's better that we just tighten it all up.
That's why property prices are going up so much there in the hills. They should thank me. Jeremy Rosens, you did help me with this, outfit,
just
getting it out, and you've helped my son buy some suits. So it's good.
I'm actually now the. I'm the suit guy.
You like the fashion consultant
for Gary Peer and Associates.
The internal fashion consultant within the organisation. You and Philip together, and we're better for it, aren't we? Really, I think. But we're getting off track. Let's talk about what's happening with auctions.
Let's
talk about what's going on in the market.
Let's
talk a little about what's going on with twilight auctions, because we love a good twilight auction. We had one just a little while ago in Alexandra Street.
As I look at this list, I reckon there's 3 or 4 that were twilights, Gary.
There are. 76 Alexandra, though. I can tell you the story because I went and appraised it last year, and I thought, look, maybe it'll get around 1.5. It might get a bit more. That was last year in that sort of COVID environment where things weren't so exciting.
Yep.
Anyway, lo and behold, Jeremy went to auction a couple of weeks ago on a lovely Thursday night. Not too hot, not too cold.
Ago, Gary. It was like 7 days ago.
Okay, well, no, by the time it gets to air...
I've catered for that because it was like 4 days ago.
It was 14 days. It'll be 12 days from when this comes out. Yes, it will be. It'll be 12 days.
I guarantee you did it last week.
Oh, maybe I did.
Yes.
But that's time goes fast. It's
hard to catch up with the passage of time. Cut and then...
No,
you're happy for people to know that you have no concept of time.
No, I'm not perfect.
You're pretty good with these things.
Well, usually I am. Anyway, let's talk a bit about the auction there, Mr. Rosens, because it did go very well.
Can we disclose the price, Gary?
Yeah, we can.
Why don't you tell us that it was...
$1,816,000. We were not expecting that much, Jeremy. We thought 1617 might see it out. We thought there's even a possibility it may not get to that, but lo and behold, it sold for that sort of money. And that's what's happening with Period Homes. They're going really well. There was 5 or 6 bidders, I think, for that property. We move on to last Saturday morning in Milton Street, where I did an auction with Michael Jonas.
Yes.
Of course, course, Bayside and St Kilda specialist. Wow, 6 bidders. Reserve, I think, was $730, which is the top of our range. We sold it for $837,000, Jeremy, way in excess of expectation.
Do you think that we should stop telling the buying public, in fact, just the general public, the over-reserve prices?
I think they need to know the selling prices, and I think people want to know the
selling
facts.
prices versus over-reserve, because...
Well, the reality is that, there are properties that are going for considerably more than expected, and when you hear the end price, you get an understanding of what people are paying for real estate. Now, the reality is that if there are vendors prepared to sell for less than that, that's the vendor's choice.
Yeah, of course.
If there are premiums being paid,
I'm certainly
that's
not
the agent's
having a go
job.
at you,
That's the
Gary.
agent's job, is to get the premium prices, and
what
that's
we're
what's
paid for,
happening.
Gary.
And that's what we do whenever we can for our vendors. And I'm not ashamed of that, Jeremy.
Nor
and I
should you
know
be.
it's hard for buyers, but I think telling buyers what's going on in the market helps them be informed to know what's going on. Dickens Street.
Message, Gary.
Dickens Street was a thumper. Did you do that?
3
auction?
bidders. Dickens. I did do that. This apartment, Gary, I got to tell you, this is one of the most beautiful apartments I've ever seen. Location deluxe, but the interiors of this were absolutely stunning. So congratulations to our vendors there. But we had 3 bidders going for that one, and it sold, Gary, for $1,390,000, considerably above the vendor's expectations.
Foam Street, David
Notice
Thompson.
how I didn't say reserve, I said expectations.
That's okay too.
Language is very important, Gary.
Yeah, it's not that important. It's the same thing. You just said it a different way, really. Foam
I
Street.
think that's what language actually, technically what language is, Gary.
Yeah, fair enough. Foam Street was a thumper auction. 4 bidders for that one bedroom. It was a 1-bedroom apartment. I think
believe
it was.
Gary.
$455,000.
Sold for the price of a 2-bedroom.
Well, that's what's happening with some of them. They are selling very well indeed. Jeremy, there's a few other sales here. I might have a little glance over.
Yes.
Lambeth Place.
Lambeth
that
Place.
was an auction
That's
you did.
one I did.
Tell us about that.
Gary, was a couple of weeks ago.
That's all right.
That one, we had a couple of bidders there, and one buyer's advocate was very lovely buyer's advocate.
Yeah. Active, would you say? Rather than aggressive, or
no? I think it was her technique.
Forceful.
Her bidding sequences were aggressive. She was not aggressive in her style. She was a delightful buyer's advocate. Anyway, we sold it to her for $1,390,000 after a runaway flurry of bids in very large increments.
See, I wonder because when you read out the rules of the auction, which we all have to do as auctioneers before the auction, it says that
no intimidation, no
people
distracting.
aren't allowed. People at the auction aren't allowed to discourage others from bidding. So
because we provide fines for this conduct.
Yeah, we do. It does. So I want to know what fines the Victorian government has ever given out for someone discouraging other people from bidding. Because surely, when an advocate bids strong and hard, you could say, "Look, you're discouraging me from bidding, and I think you should be fined for that." Do you reckon that will happen?
Do we need to alert the authorities to come up with more fines, Gary?
And
let's be honest. There's enough fines going on.
And also on the rules, the major disruptions.
Yeah, that's
have you seen yet a major disruption at an auction? And what fines are there for it? And who's been fined for major disruptions?
Agents being major disruptions at auctions.
How come? How so?
Well, not at our auctions, Gary, but at others. They're just disruptive people.
They can do that, can't they? But what about a minor disruption? And where is the line between a minor and a major disruption? I need to know. I want to know, and I want the answer.
Let's get some clarity
on
it, Gary.
You don't know. You can't tell me. You're a professional, but you don't know.
I'm not a lawmaker. I'm closer to being a lawbreaker than a lawmaker, Gary.
Viv Samuel, he loves it round St Kilda, him and Leor.
Well, it's his old stomping ground.
And he sold the property 11 at 211 Canterbury Road for $460,000.
Well, it was actually Michael Jonas that helped him there.
Oh, you're right.
So that was, again, a tale of two officers coming together in harmony.
Unison, Jeremy.
Yes.
Ackland Street, 207 at 63 Ackland Street, that was sold by young Daniel Peer for $390,000.
Yes, it was.
So well done to him. And, of course, Clyde Street, 35 at 12 Clyde Street.
sold before auction, Gary.
For $435.
Found a seller, found a buyer,
so the one
put
bidders,
them together and sold.
The one bidders...
A bit of movement, Gary.
Mid-fours now.
Sometimes the good ones are, yeah.
Well, there's a number of them.
Some of them are 600 plus, Gary.
Indeed, they are. 438 Mitford Street. Well, that was expected to sell in the high fives and sold for a little more than that, let's say.
Another twilight auction there, Gary. One at 185 Inkerman Street. Did that in the nice warm evening of a Thursday evening.
Love it.
Big auction, great number of people.
Great
for
result.
1525, in excess, Gary, in excess of everyone's expectations.
Even the real estate agents. And that's the thing that people think, look, we know what's going to happen. We don't know. It's like racehorse trainers. They say, well, we know what's going to happen. Well, Order of Command came second in the Group 1 Galaxy. I just thought I'd share that with you, Jeremy, in case you didn't know on Saturday. And,
no, I didn't know. And guess what else I didn't? Care.
No, fair enough, okay. And, there it came second at 38 to 1. Do you think people knew? They don't always know.
Did you put money on that horse?
I did. I did
So
put money on.
you want to talk about horses and gambling? Why don't you look down the barrel of that camera and tell people how much money you won, Gary? Put it on record now.
I'm a losing punter. I don't mind saying.
No,
but I did
not
win.
your whole life. That particular bet.
It was good.
How good?
No, I'm not a big gambler. You know, I'm not a big gambler.
Well,
I don't bet big amounts because you lose. You lose. You just
don't
have a
talk
bit
to me
on,
about- I
a
mean,
flutter
I
for some fun.
hate gambling.
That's
I
the
think
way it should be. Yeah,
I work too hard, Gary.
Yeah, but that's because you've got a compulsive personality. See, for someone like me that's under control, it's not a problem.
Yeah, of
I don't have a gambling problem at all. Just a losing one every now and then. Let's move on to some of the offerings coming
But
up.
there's a lot of things happening, Gary, and I think the message in there are a couple of messages I want. Why am I pointing there? Because there's bidders down there. You can see them.
Oh, okay.
Why I'm
Very
talking
small.
about that is there are two things that
There's
are
a
happening.
finger up, I think. I can
There
see
are
that.
several things that are happening.
Yeah.
One, Twilight Auctions we're having great success with. And don't
Yeah.
tell me, Gary, that this is a
Passing
COVID
phase.
thing.
No, I agree
That
with
this is a.
No, this
it's
here to
gotta be
stay.
it's got to be done at an hour where the sun, once daylight savings
Yeah.
finishes. I think we should be doing
I reckon-
Twilight
I agree
Auctions
with you.
all year round.
On this occasion, I agree with you. I don't always agree with you. I
unusual.
often do, but not always. But on this occasion, I think Twilight Auctions are here to stay.
Yes.
That's going to be our heading.
So that's number one message there. Number two message is the
Yeah.
depth of bidding there. I don't know what the average of bidders there, but I would tell
a
you
lot
that
of
it's
bidders.
got to be above 3.
Oh, there is a lot of bidders.
Well, there's a lot- there's a
I
hell
know.
of a
Well,
lot.
I know. Milton Street. I did the auction there. There were 6 bidders there.
I don't
in
think
Milton
I've
Street.
done an auction for a long time where I've had less than 2 bidders.
Yeah, that's what's
big
happening.
call, Gary.
That's what's going on out there, Mr. Rosen. So lots happening. And it's an exciting time
It is.
in the world of real estate. And if you're going to get some entertainment, go to auction because they're great fun at the moment. Go to our auction.
Yeah, you get a
coffee
coffee.
van. You get a chocolates. Yeah.
And you get the little show bag.
Why are you whispering?
Because if the secret gets out,
Is that
other
right?
agents are going to start
Oh,
handing
they're
out
already
chocolates.
trying to copy us, but they can't. Some of them anyway. But
Like we'll give lint
whatever.
balls.
We'll
and they'll
have
give-
moved on
they'll
by
give
the time.
Mars bars or
you know
something.
what? By the time they catch up with us, we will have moved on to the next because that's what we
It's
do.
an ever-evolving agency, Gary.
It is
Always
indeed.
thinking about tomorrow, not
Of
today,
course.
not yesterday.
No way. Yesterday, what's that? It's a song from
Gary.
the Beatles. That's right. Hey. Let's talk about some auctions coming up. I love Cardigan Street. It's a great spot, Jim. And this is
I love
2 at
this
21
spot. I
Cardigan
sold this
Street.
many years ago.
Glenn Bricker, our wonderful South African sales agent, when he saw this apartment, he said, "I can't believe what a great apartment this is."
Yeah,
and he was
obviously
right.
he went. Was that pre-puberty or post? Because
well,
he's high pitched, didn't go.
Okay.
I'll tell you a funny story about this apartment. A very quick funny story.
Is
for
it
the viewers out
appropriate?
there. Yes, it
Okay.
went to auction several years ago
Yep.
with Sally Zellman and myself.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy who bought it literally about half an hour before the scheduled auction.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, so it didn't get to auction. Just
Didn't even
came,
get there,
threw
Gary.
it off on the table.
I
So
went
that's
there
it.
ready
And
to
is he the
do-
one selling it now?
He's selling it now.
Fair enough. Wouldn't it be funny if someone bought it the same way?
Wow, lightning
Creepy.
generally could possibly strike twice. Anyway, 7:50 to 8:25, Gary. 11th of April is the auction date, and 10:30 is the auction time.
Hey,
and I think I'm doing that auction. And I'm
I
looking
think-
forward to actually doing it.
I think you're not on the auctioneer for that.
Well, there you go.
And
You've just lost.
You can't be doing it. You can't be doing it.
Because I can't be in 2 places at once, Gary.
You're gonna be just around
I'm
the
gonna be
corner.
at 160 Hotham Street, a lovely 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom in a beautiful modern block, a stone's throw
Yep.
from Ripponlea Village, Gary. Whether you can go to Spout,
Yep.
you can go to that new
The
Middle
Ripponlea
Eastern
wine bar?
Ripponlea wine
No,
bar.
the Middle Eastern's not there anymore. It's
Well,
gone.
that's. I think
gone
you'll
already.
find it.
No,
Golda?
it's gone.
Gone.
Gone. Golda said, "See you later." Gone. Can you believe it? That
Gonski.
was so quick, but it was a
Sure.
bit of a pup. I'm not telling you because I liked it. I love that Middle Eastern, all that mushy, pita and hummus and baba ganoush. I like all that stuff. Anyway, no, you can't have it.
Wow.
It's gone. That one's gone.
485.20,
that was
Gary.
quick.
Buy this
Okay.
New York style loft, a stone's throw from where Golda used to be.
But you can get, you can
Golda,
go
I think it's
to
called
in about Brighton Road. You can get some Turkish on Brighton Road. there.
Lizette, Gary.
Oh, how good! I
like
love
that.
Lizette. Do you like
Yeah.
that, Lizette?
I think when you come walking down the street in your diminutive walk,
Does it
we say
sound
that?
right? Yeah.
They go, here he comes. Gary's coming. Get the dips, get the olives. Let's load it up because he's coming to town.
I don't mind at all. Was there anything wrong with that? Am I
I don't
supposed to
think
take
there's
offence with it,
anything
or was
wrong.
that
No. Well,
supposed to be
that's
ridiculous?
fine.
I'm happy with that.
This was the PG
I
version.
don't
that
eat
wanted
olives, by the way. I don't like them at all.
to- No, you wouldn't like. You know what
no.
you don't like?
What?
You're averse to flavour. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Just anything that's void of flavour.
Yeah, that's all.
Give me
I don't like spicy
He
stuff.
doesn't like
no.
fish.
Oh,
He doesn't
no,
like fish.
no,
One time I had a little bit of a prawn and I put it down the back of his top
Yeah, I thought it
at a
was funny.
restaurant,
Yeah.
and he threw the T-shirt away.
Straight
And
away.
The
he said,
whole
"Go
night
on."
he sat there.
And then I scrubbed my back and
Terrible.
that was it.
That's the first
That was
time
tricky.
you've done that, Gary.
Yeah, it was a little
favour
bit.
that
It was
I've
a
just
bit
done
mushy
to you.
down there.
Anyway, 662 Denman Avenue,
Go
Gary.
on.
This is a modern apartment complex built by some people that we know, fantastic builders, 580 to 630. This is chic ground floor style, Gary, and what it does have, which so many don't, is a fabulous little courtyard garden.
You know what? You cannot get enough properties, listings of the courtyards. Everybody wants a courtyard.
People
garden.
want land, Gary, as the your mate Philip, he says the famous American novelist said,
Mark Twain once
they're
said,
not making any more of it, so you need to buy
Who'd like
land.
to start the auction? That's a Philip Kingstonism from way back, isn't it? 28 Carrington Grove, great street across the road from Rippon State School, which is my primary school that I used to get thrown out of and sat in the corner at all the time.
So Gary, I don't want to upset the punters, but this is not across the road. It's down the road.
Yeah.
So all you will hear is just a faint little noise of children having fun.
Bell,
you won't be sitting opposite the home. This
you won't
is
hear
a beautiful home.
children getting strapped anymore either, because they don't get strapped now. I used to get the strap round the legs and on the hand. You stood at the end of the line.
I'm not even sure that you're allowed. You're not allowed to do it. I don't even think you're allowed to talk about it.
Why not? It happened to me. I was the victim. Why can't I talk about it?
I think what happened to you was more of a kind of, it's kind of an Austrian story.
No, it wasn't nothing to do with Austria. It was an Australian.
Did you live underneath the house when said things happened?
No, that's not true. It was at school. People got the strap in those days.
Well, people still deserve it now.
Yeah, but they don't get it anymore, do they?
Well,
I think I took it for all of them. I got strapped many times.
Anyway, 1550 to 17. This is going to be heavily competed for, Carrington Grove, because it's a great location.
Yep.
It's a great home. It's a modern double-storey home with underground parking. It's a really, really, really good home.
The lovely Sally Zolman has been handling that with her team and excited about it. Hey, Jem, 55 Grosvenor Street, that comes up very soon. I know Nikki Janova has been handling it. What a great street and what a great opportunity.
Reminds me of a board heading that I used once, which was save me, pave me, thrill me, drill me.
Ooh.
That's what that should be.
Wasn't
Although it says right and ready for your dream.
Wasn't that one of your nightclub lines?
It's also, I had a bit of success with it. Not a lot of success, but I guess
we'll move on.
The probabilities were in my favour.
Just for a moment, speechless.
I was just trying to compute how many people I had to ask before somebody said yes.
Fair enough.
1-1 to 1-2.
Married
Gary,
a long time. Thank goodness, been married a long time.
Happily married, Gary, with two wonderful children. Shout out to my wife. I love you dearly.
Yes, you'll be sleeping on the couch after she hears that line of yours. Dalgety Street in the heart of it. Right in the action there. Love that address. And Michael Jones.
No, Michael and
Jones
myself,
5
to 550, 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car. Fabulous floor plan, outdoor balcony, car park as well. This ticks all the boxes, and it's a little bit of an oversized 2-bedder, Gary.
Great building and great street, and I love the location. It's right in the middle of all of the St Kilda
Live
buzz,
large by the bay, Gary. That's what we say.
Well, you can live large by the bay if you're in Nightingale Street, because it's not too far away. It's in East St Kilda, a great looking home, and I know the lovely Sally Zellman's been involved in this.
You know, Gary, when you say East St Kilda, you may be offending some people because a lot of people like this to be called Balaclava.
Yeah, I
because
know.
when you leave your front door and you turn right, then you turn left, you're going to hit Carlisle Street, where there is a flurry of activity. There's so many shops to go to, but you won't need a kitchen here, even though it's got a sensational floor plan. 3 bed, 2
beautiful
bath.
kitchen too.
It is reverse living, Gary, at its finest.
It is indeed.
Can't flip the living. But
And
it's
if
a
you
great
reverse just around the corner, you're going to get to Albion Street, because it's just almost at the back of Nightingale Street. We've got a wonderful apartment here.
It's across the road, Gary, across Brighton Road. This is on the sort of East St Kilda / Alstonwick side of Brighton Road, Gary.
Rippon Lee-ish.
This is one of the best streets in Rippon Lee, in my opinion.
I agree with you. You're right. I'm with you
This
all
is
the way.
turnkey with tremendous appeal, Gary.
It's a turnkey property for your real estate solutions. Somehow that didn't sound right, but there was lots of
I feel like
words.
that's somebody's branding.
It sounds like it.
Anyway, 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car, 9 and 11. That's going up on the 18th of April, Gary, at 11:30 a.m. 5:40 to 5:90. Check it out, buyers, investors alike.
And one other home now to review, and yes, sir, this is being handled by Joel Surf.
Yes, sir.
Alexandra Street in East St Kilda.
136, Gary. I think, does a friend of yours own that or next door?
A friend of mine did own next door, I'm pretty sure, at one stage. Rick, he owned next door, I'm pretty sure, and he was very
Rick
happy.
In the car sometimes. We abuse each other.
He's a lovely guy.
In a nice
that.
way.
Yeah.
Anyway, he did appreciate it. 125 to 135, 3 bed, 1 bath and 2 car. Based on your result down the other end of Alexandra Street, Gary, this looks like great buying.
It will be a great opportunity for someone, because we know Alexandra Street is a great street,
It is.
as are so many of the other streets we sell in and around St Kilda, Elwood, the Bayside. We're very busy in Elwood. I saw on the auction results.
We've had a good run.
We were really, last week we were just sort of like the dominant agent in Elwood. So, you have these good runs, don't you, all in and around the area, and they're the areas we love to work in and service our sellers and buyers alike. So if you want to do something in those areas, call Mr. St Kilda and Bayside over here. His name's Jeremy Rosens, and he'll bring the whole team along to help and support the sale of your home. In the meantime, that's a big wrap
Sounds like
for
an
the
advertorial.
yeah, at least a little bit. That's a big wrap for April, Jim.
Big wrap. Looking
the
forward
first
to what comes
quarter's
after April?
May, I think,
May.
if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
There's the first quarter gone, done, dusted. A strong quarter in real estate.
Very quick summary of the quarter, Gary. Would you strong?
Yeah.
Depth
Oh,
of bidding,
yeah. Oh,
lots of
yeah.
interest.
Very
Interest rates are
strong,
low.
very big result.
Need
Yeah.
supply though, Gary. Need supply.
Absolutely need supply, and if you think of selling, give us a call. That's a
Please
big
do.
wrap on this Secure Bayside report. We'll see you next time. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Jeremy. Thanks for watching.